Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will present about analysis of the marketing strategy of financing products on customer satisfaction at Bank BJB Syariah KCB City for international seminar ICOMS 2022. My name is Anissa. I'm from Magister Management. This study aims to marketing strategy analysis of financing products on customer satisfaction at Bank BJB Syariah KCP BSD City. The marketing strategy carried out by Bank BJB Syariah intends to socialize financing products to the community in the area, namely the community around BSD City. Therefore, the authors are very interested in analyzing the marketing strategy carried out by Bank BJB Syariah and to find out more about this result. The author conduct further research using qualitative method. The sampling technique uses in-depth interview method by conducting in-depth interview to informants totaling to people with different professional background. The analysis technique used is a qualitative descriptive method which is useful for providing facts and data about the marketing strategy carried out by practitioners. Based on the research, the authors found that the products offered by Bank BJB Syariah KCB City are divided into two, namely consumer financing products and productive financing products. Meanwhile, regarding the level of satisfaction with the service provided by BJB Syariah, it is still in the quite satisfactory category, both in terms of friendliness, accuracy, and speed of service. Islamic banking in Indonesia has been operating for about 30 years. This is marked by the existence of Bank Muamalat, which is the pioneer of Islamic Bank Indonesia. The growth of Islamic banking in Indonesia is considered to be higher than the national average growth. This is based on statistical data released by the Financial Service Authority or OJK in September 2020, of which there are 12 Syariah commercial banks and 20 Syariah business units with total asset of 630 and 341 trillion. The growth of total Islamic banking asset also show a very significant growth, namely 12.22%. This makes the growth of Islamic banking asset in Indonesia much higher than the national growth of 7.14%. However, what is our homework together is the proportion of Islamic banking, which is still very minimal when compared to the total national banking sector, which only has a proportion of 6.52%. The challenge and the main issue are the lack of understanding, literacy, and inclusion of Islamic finance. This is based on the result of the Financial Literacy and Inclusion Index survey published by the OJK. From the survey results that have been carried out, there is a wide gap between Islamic financial literacy and inclusion. Therefore, support and synergy with various parties such as stakeholders, the central government and local government, as well as various intellectual circles, are still needed to narrow the existing gap. Because there is still a gap where there are people who use products and services in the Islamic financial sector but do not really understand what products are used and what contracts are used for these products. This letter explains the reason for the many disputes and customer complaints to the OJK, which may be for one reason or another because they do not understand the financial service product use. Marketing strategy is interpreted as a series of efforts taken to achieve certain goals related to the transfer of products, goods, or services from the hands of producer to consumer, which include identification and evaluation of opportunities, market segment analysis, selection of target markets, and marketing mix planning. Indonesian Banker Association 2014, page 219. Everything that is done is marketing is an effort by a marketer to be able to achieve customer satisfaction, which will be the key to customer trust and the concept of marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is a set of appropriate, consistent, and feasible to be implemented by the company in order to achieve the intended target market in the long term. In certain competitive situations, marketing strategy, according to Kotler and Keller 2013, a mindset used to achieve marketing goals in a company regarding strategy specification for target market, positioning, marketing mix, and the amount of marketing expenditure. In this case, the marketing strategy turns out to have to go through several stages that must be carried out by a marketer or a marketing actor. Market segmentation is dividing a market into distinct groups of buyers according to needs, characteristic, or behavior who may require different products. Prasetyanti 2016. In creating market segments, there is no single way. A marketer must be able to try different segmentation variables, combine them or do them separately, and find the best and most effective way to view the market structure. The process of selecting a customer group based on desire, power, and purchasing power. With segmentation, a salesperson will easily market products according to the needs of their customer. Indonesian Banker Association 2013, page 202. The following variables are commonly used in segmenting in the consumer market. Sudarsono 2004, Syariah Bank is defined as a financial institution whose main business is providing credit and other services in payment traffic as well as money circulation that operates under Syariah principle. The definition of a Syariah bank, according to Law Note number 21 of 2008, is a bank that carries out its business activities based on Syariah principle and based on its type consists of Syariah commercial bank and Syariah people financing bank. In 1990, the Indonesian Ulema Council or MUI formed a working group to establish an Islamic bank in Indonesia. On 18 until 20 August 1990, the Indonesian Ulema Council or MUI held a bank and banking interest workshop in Cisarua, Bogor, West Java. The result of the workshop were then discussed in more depth at the 4th MUI National Conference in Jakarta, 22 until 25 August 1990, which resulted in a mandate for the establishment of working group for the establishment of Islamic Bank in Indonesia. This working group is called the MUI Banking Team and is tasked with conducting approach and consultation with all related parties. As a result of the work of the MUI Banking Team, the first Islamic bank in Indonesia was established, namely PT Bank Muamalat Indonesia or BMI, which according to its date of establishment was established on November 1st, 1991. Since May 1st, 1992, BMI officially operates with an initial capital of 106 trillion and 126 million and 382,000 rupiah. At the end of 2013, the function of banking regulation and supervision moved from Bank Indonesia to the Financial Service Authority. So, the supervision and regulation of Islamic banking has also shifted to OJK. OJK as the authority for financial services sector continues to refine the vision and policy strategy for the development of the Islamic financial sector as outlined in the 2015 until 2019 Syariah Banking Roadmap launched at the 2014. Syariah People's Market. This roadmap is expected to become a development direction guide containing strategic initiative to achieve defined development goals. This study uses a phenomenological approach oriented to descriptive qualitative. This approach was chosen because this research leads to complete, detailed, and in-depth description of the actual condition that occur in the field. The location is Bank BJB Syariah, BSD City, Sam Branch Office. Informant is account officer, account manager, and senior HR. 3 employees who have worked for more than 10 years at Bank BJB Syariah. Data collection technique is in-depth interview. The data validity method used in this study is the triangulation method, in which the triangulation method uses is first source triangulation. Source triangulation is done by examining the data that has been obtained from several sources, and second, technical triangulation carried out by examining data that has been obtained through the same source with different techniques. Based on the result of interview with the Sam branch manager of Bank BJB Syariah KCP BSD City about the customer interest strategy seen from the database at the Bank BJB Syariah Center with a system called K241. The K241, which display all customer data at Bank BJB Syariah. The K241 data The K241 data serves to show from the beginning the customer met financing when the financing was due and from which institution the customer was. K241 data was originally shaped like a note word, and from that data, it was processed into Microsoft Excel data by the KCP. From the customer data that has been processed, it will be seen which customer will be close to paying off. If the customer is about to be paid off, the bank will offer more products and service or another financing by mail or by telephone. In addition, Bank BJB Syariah KCP BSD City open new markets which are, of course, looking for potential customer, offering traders, prisons, civil servant, entrepreneurs, companies, and of course the public as well. The marketing strategy carried out by Bank BJB Syariah KCP BSD City turned out to be a significant increase, namely the financing product offered to customers, such as customer financing products, especially home ownership financing or PPR, gold ownership financing or PKA, which were in a great demand by customers. Furthermore, productive financing products related to business and investment financing have been a great demand by customers. Furthermore, the authors conclude that the result of research on service carried out by the Bank BJB Syariah KCP BSD City, its customers turned out to be quite satisfactory in terms of friendliness, accuracy, and speed, especially those that are interesting and different from conventional bank, namely smiles, greeting. Okay, thank you for my explanation. In Islamic finance, money interest is categorized as usury, which means haram. In a number of Islamic countries with Muslim majority population, efforts have begun to emerge to establish non-ribawi alternative bank. Seeing his idea of wanting to break free from the interest mechanism, the formation of the Islamic bank initially raised many doubts. This arose because of the assumption that an interest-free banking system was impossible and uncommon. So there was also the question how the Islamic bank would finance its operation. Now, Islamic banking has developed quite rapidly and has spread to many countries. Even the Western countries such as Denmark, England, Australia, which are competing to become the center for world Islamic finance or Islamic financial hub, to open Islamic banks and Islamic windows in order to provide banking service in accordance with the principle of Islamic law. The regulation of banking began in 1983. In that year, BI gave flexibility to banks to set interest rate. The government hoped that the banking deregulation policy will create a more efficient and stronger world banking condition in supporting the economy. In 1983, the Indonesian government had planned to implement a profit-sharing system in credit, which is a concept of Islamic banking. In 1988, the government issued the Banking Deregulation Policy Package, which opened the widest possible opportunity for the banking business to be open as widely as possible to support development or banking system liberalization. Although more conventional banks were established, several regional banking businesses that were based on Sharia also began to appear.